Welcome in. This is going to be a combo crossover vlog for both of my channels. So, myself and my trusty helper Francie Jo, and all about favorite cozy home things. And this is autumn edition, and it has been so glorious and beautiful. And this is our road leading home and my favorite poem. I collect quotes and poetry and beautiful words, and I just love to share truth and beauty and goodness. So come along, and I'm going to bring you home and inside just to share favorite things. Everything is drying up. Collecting seeds. Comment if you know what those are. And even in the drying and scrappy mess, it's still beautiful. So come on in. We've got the last bouquet in. Grab a cup of tea. Later I'm going to tell you about this cup of tea. It's a favorite thing. Welcome in, come in. Summer's over. The garden is put to bed except for a few things. So come on in, side. And I just want to show you some favorite things for fall. Favorite home things for fall. And just a little this and that. So yesterday I was cleaning up, and that was in another planter. Everything else was dead and pathetic, and the dough that comes around all the time had eaten everything, but that, I believe it's an asparagus fern, and I don't know what the pink thing is, but it was just thriving even after everything else had frozen. So it spoke to me and said, can we come in? So it's in. So all the big grape leaves are all over the front. That just happened overnight, 2 nights ago. This is favorite things in the great room. One of my very favorite things is chandeliers, 2, and lamps, even in the daytime. I just think they're so cheerful. So over here in the corner is a funny little old lamp and a beautiful thrifted bowl. I think it was only 10 bucks. But that lamp is, I like to get lampshades that are neat shapes and rip everything off of them and just keep the bones. And that is actually an infinity scarf hanging on that. Old books, must-have books, old wonderful books. I will be selling a lot of those on either Etsy or eBay, but they're really, really wonderful. Lots of pillows, lots of quilts. That's a bullseye quilt that I talk about in the quilt video. That's coming up in Our Living Tapestries, free tutorials on my Lost Arts with Jynene, more little lamps, soft rugs, glowing floors. When we built this house, it was the bare minimum 30 some years ago. We were going to live on the plywood floors, but we found this house siding, it's a pine, that had a beveled edge and a tongue and groove, and we did all of our floors. We turned it upside down and put it in for $1 a square foot, and it glows and it's so gorgeous, and it's beat up because we live in the mountains and we knew, you know, pets and kids and dirt and life so there's the bullseye quilt. And then I want to show you this book. This is the best book I ever read about decorating. Creating a Beautiful Home by Alexandra Stoddard. She's an interior decorator. And the only photo is that one. Everything else is, look how beautiful. The ink is blue. It's so beautiful. But the only thing there are a few line drawings. So no photos, it's all written. And the things that I love about that book so much, and her style is kind of colonial, but, oh, and candles too, is she's the one that said, try to have as much natural of everything in your home possible. Fabric, wood, stone, paper, glass, and as little plastic as possible. And she also said, no matter how you decorate, always have something black in the room and something red in the room. So here's the rest of the great room. 10 years ago, we always wanted real stone on our walls. So we did that wall and the wall in the kitchen because it is so rich and homey and warm and wonderful. This is the middle room, library, that goes to the office and my crazy studio right there. There's a tour of that in another video because I just moved from over 2,000 square feet and a antiques and vintage shop to that room, which is 190 square feet, I think. Always books, books, books. Empty frames, beautiful big old empty frames. Wardrobes, of course, wardrobes. When we built this house, I didn't even want to have any closets, and I don't think we do because of Narnia. So my overflow, our office, one of our sweet little bathrooms. Isn't this beautiful, this old painting? I mean, it's a print. And by the way, our commode is possessed. It just opened by itself. It sprays water, a light comes on, it gets warm. Favorite home things. Okay, the middle room, office, library, it's been many things. Here's some examples of natural things that I love to collect. Glass, wicker, wire, for storage. Storage of things that are, I sell on eBay and Etsy, and that's a little bit of that. Down here is just kind of overflow, bonus. The bedrooms that used to be our son's. It's a wonderful space. I was a Pilates instructor for 12 years, and so I'm considering doing some vlogs about posture and stretches and things like that for creatives and makers and artists who are seated all the time. It's really good to stand up to work, but I would, if there's interest, let me know, and I will do some videos that are really, really awesome for artists and makers and creators who sit a lot. Let me know. So this looks out to the garden, and then this is what got to come in from the greenhouse for winter yesterday, and the lemongrass over there. Quilts, quilts, quilts. Always have quilts. Those are all a bunch of junk journals and handmade books. Those are free tutorials on my Lost Arts with Jynene YouTube channel, and there's a playlist where pretty much all of that stuff is together. The only thing left is the kitchen. So this is our great room, and it's changed a lot over time. And right there, our kitchen used to be. So everything was in this room, and it's big, and that was nice, but it started to get kind of crowded. So our kitchen was right there. But we decided to put it in the mud room and the laundry room. And what's really wild is this was the mud room and the laundry room, and it turned into this amazing galley kitchen. And I thought it would get so small and closed in. And the amazing thing was it was already tiled. It already had that little tiny bathroom right there, a half bath or whatever you call that. It already had gas right here for dryer, but it turned out to be meant to be for range, and it already had the pantry. And I can show you because I've recently organized, I like to call it the butler's pantry. Can you imagine having a butler? But our laundry is in there, and it's lined with shelves, and I love, love, love it. And when we ordered cabinets, at first, the guy that we were going to order from would not listen to us. And it was getting ridiculous, and he was lining the ceiling clear up to the ceiling, and these are high ceilings. This is a shed roof, and so on this side it's really, really high. The cabinet guy would not listen, and he kept drawing, and the price kept going up, up, up. I used to think that antiques were expensive, but it occurred to us, we told him no thank you, and it occurred to us, because we kind of wanted built-ins that looked like antiques, you know, like they do. So I went shopping, and I found a few antiques that ended up being a fraction of what it was going to be with him. So there was that one, and then there was, this one is moved out here now. It's called a Welsh cupboard. We had a couple here, and she was from England, and she goes, you have a proper Welsh cupboard. And it's so beautiful and old, and the pegs are square. It's so beautiful. So these were our alternatives to built-ins. I love candelabras and old things. So our big, huge grapevine outside right there grows in our courtyard on that wall. It's one stump that I bought years ago, a runt at Walmart. Last year we got 27 pounds of grapes off of it, and this year we got 22. Last year, this was the wine I made, and I also experimented and made some very cherry berry wine, which is pretty good. But very soon, I was thinking of doing a tasting with Francie Joe of our wine. This is my label with the Sharpie. And that one doesn't have a label yet. This is our label. And it says, Bear Creek, Backwoods, Champagne, Flat, Dry, and Still. And then it has our name and date. That's my label. That's our wine. It's a little bit scary, but I'm thinking of doing a tasting with my assistant, my long lost twin that I've recently found, Francie Jo. She likes to help a lot. It's the only assistant or team that I have. So let me know if you would like that. 2 more things. I can't wait. I'm back in the kitchen. I cannot wait for colder weather because our house is built across the road from the house my dad built. And they had this cook stove in there, and I knew that they got it from an aunt of his. But I didn't find out the whole story till recently when our neighbors who now own it, who bought it, were talking about how they were going to remodel, and they pointed to the cook stove and said, that has to go. And I went, and they said, do you want it? And there it is. And it looks like it was always meant to be right there. We had the stone wall done, just that one wall in the kitchen and the other wall. Then I found out, I mean, it's like it was meant to be. I've cooked on it. My mom used to cook on it. And then I found out that it was the cook stove in my dad's aunt's ranch house in another part of Colorado for years and years and years. And then they offered it to my dad and he went and got it. And I'm so, so blessed and thrilled and happy that it's here, and I can't wait for colder weather so that we can start cooking on it again and baking. The other thing that's really fun about kitchen cabinetry, this is made by the sister of a friend in town, and it's old doors. How cute is that? It even still has old hardware on it. So, favorite home things for fall. It's so fun to have seasons and be ready to be inside and be cozy and have your little nooks where you can sit and have coffee and solve all of the world's problems while you talk for hours at a time. And almost everything in this house has been thrifted or found the very best possible deal. We love doing that. So one of my favorite fall things is cleaning out, putting summer away. But this year, as I was moving my whole shop and art studio home and really paring down and cleaning out, I decided I'm going to do that through the whole house. And this is what it's down to completely. I had these shelves full. Those are somebody else's. They're taking over. Haha. Anyway, this was full. And these drawers were full, and they're not anymore. And this thing was full, and it's not anymore. It's all pared down to a few basic things. And I highly, highly recommend that. So I've been doing it throughout the whole house. It seemed kind of extreme. I had been watching videos about minimalist wardrobes where people have maybe just 10 or 12 things. Isn't the light pretty right now, right there on the floor? That's beautiful. So this is all cleaned out, just the basics. Anyway, I was watching videos about minimalist wardrobes, and I thought that was really extreme, like kind of silly. And then I realized I only wear about 3 things, and it's not silly at all. And now that I have it all cleaned out, it's so much less hassle, and it's a huge weight lifted off. So it feels really good to have things cleaned out. And I highly recommend it and encourage it. If you live in Colorado, central Colorado, I would love to tell you the very best place to donate lots and lots of good things to and why. So ask me and I'll let you know. Alrighty, a couple more things. These are called English drying stones, and you can get them from Rebecca Merkel, who I will link, and she's in Moscow, Idaho, and I love having one of these at each sink. No more stinky dish towels or wet dish towels laying on the counter, or icky plastic drain boards or anything like that. Love, love, love these. And then if you have brought some fruit or veggies in that brought in the little fruit flies or whatever they are, I found by accident a great way to deal with them and send them happily away to La La Land is set out a glass of wine, and they will congregate at the bottom. And now about this delicious tea that is going to be a cozy home fall favorite. My sister sent me the link on Facebook where this guy was talking about making your own tea for congestion issues and allergies out of marshmallow root and peppermint and clove and things like that. I will link the guy telling how to make it. It's delicious and I'm loving it. Speaking of congestion and sinus issues, and who isn't, this is something I love to do. Not medical advice, just showing what I love to do, or any kind of sinus issues that come up. Do you have a season where you feel you're a little less strong? Mine is autumn. So these are my go-to things that I'm sharing. All natural. I put a few droppers full into the spray and then sniff, sniff as much as every 15 minutes, and sinus troubles are gone. Just saying. No medical advice given. And some other favorites. I love these crackers. If you have a store where you can get Italian things, they have fennel in them, which is really helpful for my tummy issues. Do you have any? And if you don't have a gallbladder like me, this is my favorite help, because we need help. And then if you ever have bladder issues, just saying, not medical advice, just sharing healthy, happy autumn, fall things. And so Calm Advantage, in case anyone ever says settle down. And of course, chocolate. Haha. So happy autumn, happy cozy weather, happy home. Share your favorite things in the comments, and like and subscribe and share. Join the fun, and don't miss out on all of the free tutorials and a bunch more to come in our living tapestries, all about homekeeping and handmade and wonderful things to love and give that you can make from nearly nothing. So I'll see you in the next installment. Thanks for joining. Too much clutter? Longing to make something beautiful without spending a thing? I'll show you how to turn what you already have into timeless treasures. Create new out of old, heirlooms to love and to give. Join me, Jynene, at Lost Arts for our living tapestries.